Hi, hello. Is this D'Angelo?
Hello? Yes.
This is Tommy. How can I help you, brother?
Oh, dang, it's crazy. I was definitely not expecting
Yeah, man. If you signed
that.
up, I'll call you.
Yeah, I saw it like New York. I was like, I'm definitely not expecting a call from New York.
Okay. Now, just to let you know, D'Angelo, this call is gonna be recorded and is maybe gonna be go ahead and upload it to YouTube. Is that okay with you?
Okay, that's cool with me, man.
All right, cool. So, how can I help you, brother?
Um, to be honest, I don't have like any like specific problems I'm struggling with. Um, I guess around the age of like 19, 20, I got really into like self-development, reading on my own,
Yeah.
going to the gym. But
hmm
I was gonna ask, what are some of your favorite habits? I guess that you have built. I was gonna ask you about bullet journal.
Bullet journal.
Yeah.
What
Do you
what
know?
journal is
Have
that?
you? So basically, I barely found out about this like 2, 3 days ago.
hmm
But it's like I guess a specific way people have been journaling
hmm
to just keep track of like their schedules, their habits, um, stuff like that. I was thinking of maybe picking that up instead of like using like dry erase boards and stuff like that.
Okay. And what type of habits do you want to build right now, D'Angelo?
I want to get into right now. It sounds kind of lame compared to like all the things, but I want to learn how to play the guitar.
Okay.
hmm
And what
I
else?
want to get consistent with that. I guess tracking my spending could be a little bit better. I'm
hmm
pretty just frugal, I guess you could say, for the most part, but being able to track it at a better pace would be more efficient with that.
Yeah. So as far as the way I plan things out, D'Angelo, is basically I try to focus on four pillars, right? The four foundations of life. And for me, that's health, wealth, love, and happiness, right? So
hmm
every single day, I just try to battle at that. So the first thing is health. So if I want to build a habit around health, what I would do is basically, hey, what can I do to improve my health? And obviously, it's going to be exercise and eating, right? So I would say, okay, I need to eat better and exercise, right? So how much can I exercise per day or per week or whatever it is? Okay, so for me, I go to the gym every single day, well, not every day, 5 times a week. I used to do it daily, but I don't like it. It's miserable. So I go 5 times a week, and as eating healthy, I just buy things that I know I'm not gonna feel guilty about. Now, a good book on building habits is called The Atomic Habit by James
hmm
Clear. That's a great book on that. I know you're all about self development, so read that book right there. It's called The Atomic Habit. And the core concept is that instead of trying to build habits, you try to become something different. So if you want to like eat more healthy, just become a healthy person. So you ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? What would they eat? And all their habits, and just start practicing that, like copying them. Okay, so if I want to be healthy, I exercise, I eat okay, I eat good, right? That's the whole concept. As far as money wise, like wealth, well, what do I care about, right? As far as okay, I'm frugal, but I don't know where my money is going, and like tracking that, the answer is you need a budget. A budget is the only way to figure out exactly where your money is going because you did the work prior. Does that make sense?
hmm
So on
Yeah.
my main channel, I have a video called the Simple Budget. Simple Budget is basically the whole system that I use to budget. And the core idea is I try to focus on six things. The first thing is, well, emergencies, right? I want to save around 10% of my money for emergencies, right? Just to get that fully funded. The second thing is investing. I want to go ahead and start investing because investing is a big part of the game because guess what? You want to make money, yes, but you want to have your money work for you. So eventually you don't got to work for it anymore. Third thing is debt. If you have debt, use the first thing you want to do is use most of your money to go ahead and clear the debts that you actually have. Fourth
hmm
thing is expenses. Expenses, you want to keep it below 70% of your income. The fifth thing is fun. You want to enjoy a part of your money, right? So if my name is D'Angelo, I'm a hard worker, I work whatever. I want to enjoy some of that. But if I'm just getting started, usually 1%, well, I'm paying off my debts in full is going to be enough. And the last thing is charity, 1% also, just to give money away. It changes you as a person. So as far as like wealth, that's what I do. That's what I practice.
hmm
Now,
Yeah, I definitely,
yeah. And as
I
far
guess,
as like for example, like love, because that's also like a part of it. Do you have a girlfriend?
No, not right now.
Do you have friends?
Yeah, I have friends. Yeah.
Okay, so are you interested in like a girlfriend, a relationship, and stuff like that, or are you looking? Or you not looking? How old are you, bro?
I'm 23. I just turned 23 in February, and actually am not looking
February
for a
what?
girlfriend.
February what? February what?
That what?
February what?
Preferring?
No, February what? When's your birthday?
Oh, 24th.
20. I'm the 28th, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man, that was close to leap year.
Yeah. Well, that year we didn't have a leap year, but it could have been if it was one of those years.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I mean, love is not just, for example, like oh my gosh, I have a fiance, all this stuff. But it's more about like having like relationships, for example, with your friends, also with your family, people you actually enjoy, and just maintaining those relationships is very important. Okay, if you have a friend, you don't talk to them that often, probably you won't be good friends forever, right? If you have a friend, you maintain that relationship, that's great. But it's also, hey, if I want to grow as a person, I have to hang around with other people that are going to be better than me. So it's also about going out there and finding new relationships. And the
Mm-hmm.
last pillar is happiness. And happiness is basically, for me, happiness is an action. I learned that in the book. The book is called The Art of Not Giving Enough by this guy. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot his name, but he's a really good author. And the whole idea is that happiness should be an action. So I get happiness from doing something. And I get happiness from doing all those three things every single day. Wealth, right? Health and love. If I do all those three things, that's me being happy. I'm controlling my happiness.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Another question. I know it's kind of like off topic from, I guess, the habit,
You can ask
but
anything.
okay. As far as like investing, one day I'm sure like there a lot of people's goals to get a rental property.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you think it's like? I'm trying to find a way to word it. Like, what percentage of capital do you think you should have towards the property
You're talking about the down payment?
before you do? Yeah,
Okay, so my rule is 20%. That way you
20%.
avoid, yeah, that way you avoid property insurance.
Okay, so I'm 23. I could probably do 20% right now. I don't have like the highest income. I'm just pretty good with I could say with saving.
Where
So
do
do
you
you think
live?
it would be in El Paso, Texas?
Oh, okay, Texas, El Paso. Okay, awesome.
Cheap houses.
Yeah. And your income
Yeah.
is monthly?
Monthly about 3,700.
That's a lot of
It
money, man.
depends. I also have, yeah, it's I have an ATM business right now too.
That is awesome, man. What do you do for
Yeah,
your main work? What do you do for your main work though?
EMS and fire.
Okay, awesome. All right, so my advice would be this, okay? When it comes to like buying a rental property, this is the same strategy I'm gonna use, right? Well, first of all, okay, let me rephrase this. The first thing I would pay attention to is basically building up my foundation, making sure I'm good, I'm safe. Meaning, let me buy my personal house first to make sure I have, for
Mhm.
example, my emergency fund that should be like saved up 3 6 months. All right, that's good. I have my own property paid off. All right, that's good, taken care of. And then I also have my investments. That's good, taken care of. Right. And then everything that I want to do next is okay because by that point my expenses are so low to the point that whatever I do, whatever income I make is gonna be enough to take care of myself. Because once your house is paid off, you have no debt, you have emergency fund, you also have investments, you're good to go forever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
I live at home right now. So you would say I should buy my own property first, like one I live with, pay it off. That way I have cheap expenses. That way I'm able to afford a rental property.
yeah, not it's not too. You can afford a rental property right now. My plan is
Mhm.
usually. You ever been on an airplane
Yes.
and they say put on the mask before you put on the kids mask because if you get knocked out,
Yeah.
then nobody can get helped.
Mhm.
It's the same idea. So if I'm okay, I have my own house. Everything's taken care of from that part. I'm financially free in a sense. If I buy a rental property and I get a little hiccup, am I gonna go down in flames? The answer is no, because I'm taken
Mhm.
care of. So my plan would be this: if I'm staying at home, which I am right now too, by the way, we share that in common. But I'm moving out, for example, back in June now. If I'm staying at home and I want to get into real estate, what would I do? If my name is D'Angelo and I live in Texas, right? Well, here's what I would do. I would save up 6 months worth of emergencies, or 3 months, depending on how you want to sleep at night. For me, I have 6 months. For you, it can be 3 months, no problem. Once it's taken care of, I want to save up 20% for the property I want to buy. However, when I go to the bank, bro, you have a good income. They're going to like that a lot. They're going to offer you a lot of money to buy a house, most likely. So usually what I follow is the 33% rule. The 33% rule. That means, for example, that the house I'm buying, all the expenses combined, cannot exceed over 33% of my income on a 15-year mortgage. This way,
15?
yeah, 15-year mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we want to own this house, be done with it very quickly, very fast. We want to buy an affordable house. That way our foundation is set. So again, right? So 33% includes, for example, the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, also the maintenance. On top of that, potentially HOA fee, depending if you do get a house that has an HOA fee or whatever it is. So you can get that house, put on a 15-year mortgage, and you can basically put, for example, an extra 15% towards that house, towards the mortgage every single month when we get paid. The answer is you should finish in around 7 to 10 years. Or if you put in extra money, more than 15%, you can finish a lot faster.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm 23 now, but by 27 or 28 or so, I have my own house, my own property, my own investments, everything's taken care of. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. Now, I want to buy a rental property now, right? So what rules do I follow here? The same rule, the 33% rule, put on 20%, and don't move on to the next house until basically you pay that one off in full. The con is with this, right, D'Angelo, is that this is slow and it's boring, right? Because it means that you don't have a lot of equity in these houses, but again, you will have a lot of cash flow. All the cash flow is going to be yours. You have literally no risk because basically you own the property. The properties are yours. Yeah. Now, the other option is, well, you know what? I don't want to do that, Tommy. I want to go ahead, buy a house. I put down 3.5%. I buy a rental, do that too. But if I lose my job, anything happens, I have to cover that mortgage. And if I can't, well, now I have a problem. So that's why I try to avoid. Yeah, go ahead, D'Angelo.
So it's all like a risk analysis depending on kind of what you kind of feel comfortable with your job, your income.
No, well, it's more like a rule that I follow. It's like my whole financial plan with everything. I just want to I'm all about long term, right? So I'm heavy in the stock market. That's where most of my money is. But when I get into real estate, that's the same thing I'm going to be doing, right? When I buy my first property, I want to own it. I want to make sure that I know, hey, I'm good to go no matter what. When I buy my next rental property, by the way, the first 3 or 5 are going to be slow and hard to get, right? But when you have 5 properties, cash flowing, for example, $1,500 a month, each of them, all that money is yours because basically you own the property. There's no mortgage on that. So now it'll be a lot more easier to buy the 6th property, then the 7th property, then the 8th property, right? And you can't lose because, exactly. At this point, you can't lose because basically you're taking everything step by step. It'll be slow, just like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett just became a millionaire. Was it a millionaire at like around 30 and then a billionaire around age 54? So it takes a while to like do things correctly, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I see.
That's the way I would do it. But people would tell you, for example, a lot of people would tell you, just borrow a lot of money, get a lot of financing, and hope to God that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. No, that's not good. All right. I mean, I'm honestly surprised. I was caught totally off guard that you were actually gonna call. I didn't think it.
Yeah. So if I say something, I try. That's one thing too. With habits, right? If I say I'm gonna do something, I try my best to always do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm trying to think if I have anything else.
By the way, let's talk about this ATM business. Like, how long have you had it for? Like, what's been the move with that?
So I've had it for about 2.5 years. When I first, I'm 23. That's
21.
21, yeah. Yeah, I guess right before I turned 21, I think is roughly when I started. So maybe a little bit longer.
How do you start? What was the process like?
So I go on to, honestly, I watch YouTube videos on it, and that's how I got all into it. Yeah. Basically, I found a provider that sells it. I don't know if I should plug who I buy from.
If you want, man, I don't really care about anything. You can say whatever you want. It's okay.
Yeah, I go to ATM Depot, call them up. They send me some like 3 pages of paperwork. You fill it out to buy an ATM. They could either do like you buy it like kind of like a loan with an interest, or you could
Mm-hmm.
just buy it outright. I buy it
Yeah.
outright. Like probably like 2,300, and then I buy a modem. That's probably another like $300, so 2,600 in total.
Yeah.
It gets shipped to your house. It's relatively close to me, so it gets shipped in like 5 days.
Yeah.
And then I put it in a minivan and I take it to the shop and I plug it in. That's it.
Let's talk about locations. How do you pick your locations?
So going into locations, I just kind of cold called, door knocked on businesses that I could knew that could use an ATM. So everything from barber shops, smoke shops, bowling alleys,
Mm-hmm.
strip clubs, and stuff like that. Just anything that would use ATM.
Yeah.
So eventually, I built a relationship with a really cool dude in El Paso that owns like a lot of barbershops. He owns probably about 5, and he's
That's
building another one as we speak right now. And my ATM's also going to go in that one.
yeah.
And he also owns like 3 barber schools as well. So his barbers that are going to school, he just puts them in his barber shops. It's a really
That's
smart business
awesome. Yeah.
model that he does. So yeah, pretty much like it came to the point where I only put my ATMs in his shops because his shops do really well. They're really, I guess, one of the more popular barber shops in our city.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it. And I built a relationship with him. He likes that I'm very consistent, always have the money filled up. Like I said, I work fire and EMS, so like a lot of the times, like I'm able to, like if we're not on a call, I'm able to go in the city and go, work on the ATM or go to the
Yeah.
bank and fill it up real quick.
How
So
many do you have currently?
right now I have 4, and then I'm about to put the 5th one in his new shop.
And what would you say is your income right now from those 4 ATMs per month?
About 700 to 800.
That's pretty good. And what's your split with him?
So I do give him quite a bit. I give him $1 per transaction, and I charge $2. I found out just like
So
a lot of
50-50?
people. No, I guess that would be. So I charge $3 to use the ATM,
Oh,
and
$3. Okay. I thought you said
yeah,
$2.
$3, and I keep 2. He gets 1, and I found out like a lot of people are just with the ATM business. They're really stingy. Each their own, but a lot of people
Yeah.
will be like, "I'll give you 2 cents per transaction. I'll give you 25 cents." I just told the dude like straightforward, like, "Hey, dude, I'm not here to like play any games. Like, I'll show you my reports, how much we're making monthly and everything. I'll be completely honest with you. Just
Yeah.
keep a good relationship with me. I'll keep a good relationship with you. I'll keep you updated."
Yeah.
And he really liked that. So now I'm his main guy for all of his shop, pretty much.
That's awesome, man. Sometimes people think that it's all about, for example, like let's squeeze out the most income out of this person. But it's like a person, right? So if you build a good relationship with him and he's trying to grow his business, those are all connections, and connections are valuable.
hmm And that's kind of what I used as a negotiating tactic, as like to get my ATM into shops. I'd be like, "How much is your other guy giving you? He's giving you 10 cents. I'll give you $1, dude. That's like a 90-cent difference. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's been, in a sense, doing you wrong for this line. You should have over like an extra $5,000 in your pocket, man. Like,
Yeah,
let me take over the business."
exactly. And okay, let me ask you a question though. When it comes to the ATMs, you are kind of like weighing heavy on this guy. Are you gonna try to like diversify into like other shops and so on?
Yes, actually, that's one thing I'm trying to do. I want to kind of get out of barbershops too, just because I just want to diversify.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's about, I don't want to spend all my money in ATMs just because I don't know if it's like a business that I could see lasting for like
Yeah.
5+ years, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one thing. I just don't want to put all my money into it at this time. I don't think it's like the best business model.
How much money do you pay yourself?
With the ATMs,
Yeah.
or like in general.
Yeah, like how much? Like okay, for example, right? If it's costing you, you said like around 20 like 2,600 per ATM, right? And you have 4 of them. We're talking about like what is it, like times 4? That's around like almost $10,400 just in like total cost for those ATMs, and they're making you, for example, like what, like $700 a month, like on a good month.
Mm-hmm.
So
So the amount of money I keep in them.
mm-hmm. So it's okay. Wait. So basically, just to calculate this for the viewers, though, right? This means that
Mm-hmm.
you're making like a year and a half, like a year and 2 months, like you made your money back.
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy another ATM, are you using the same cash to just go ahead and buy another ATM, or you like find yourself putting in more money from your side? Like, how are you doing it?
I usually this next one I'm going to use my business account, but before it was coming out of my own pocket.
And you're buying them cash, or you're not financing, right?
Yeah, buying them cash.
Okay, awesome. One tip is this, guy. Once you build up, like for example, like a good amount, maybe like 10 or so, just make sure to consider it like a cash cow, right? Just start taking money out of those businesses. Sometimes people like just want to grow and grow and grow and grow, and forget to take money out. So again, ATMs. Even the video I made about ATMs, which got like a lot of views or whatever, I said, hey, it's a good business, good opportunity, but also a dying one. Because in the future, with
Mm-hmm.
all the like all the like debit cards and all that stuff, it's probably not gonna work that much.
Yeah, it really probably won't be here 5+ years.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that's why you want to kind of like once you're done with that, or like once you get money from that, you want to move into real estate and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Do you like your job
Really?
currently, like the one you're doing?
Oh yes, I love it.
Yeah. So it sounds like you're good to go, bro. You're like 23 years old. If you buy a house, you use the money you're getting, you can be done with the house in like 5 4 years. Now, for example, you have an ATM business still popping, still doing good. You have your job still making you money. You want to buy rentals, you buy them step by step, and you're good to go. You'll be solid, bro. Just don't fall into the trap that a lot of us fall in when we're so young, and it's basically, I'm young, I want to get rich fast, and I just want to do it as fast as possible. Just you're 23, bro. Like you're gonna be here for a long time. So just take it step by step.
Thank you. That's really cool because sometimes I'm just like, man,
You
I don't
want to
know
do
how I'm
more,
gonna do
right?
it. Yeah, I don't know how because I want to be like obviously everyone wants to be a millionaire. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna become a millionaire by 25. 25, like how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna
That's
do it?
crazy, bro. I when I was 19, I wanted to get to 100K by the time I turned 25. That was like my goal. And then
Mm-hmm.
let me give you some advice, man. I heard this from a guy. His name is David Goggins. I don't know if you heard about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the idea is that a lot of the times we compare ourselves to somebody else, and that's why we don't see progress. Just compare yourself, your 23-year-old now, to who you were when you were 19 or 18, and you'll see the progress you make. And just keep basing yourself off of yourself, not anybody else, not Tommy, not Graham, not anyone that you see out there. Just focus on yourself. Like, okay, I'm
That's
making
it.
this much money now. Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. It started from working at a resale store, so now I'm doing a job I like absolutely love. It's fun,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I got a little side hustle.
Yeah. And when
Mhm.
by the way, how much money do you have in savings? Because you want to buy a house, right? So how much money do you have in savings right now?
Okay, so I don't have a lot in my actual savings. I
Mm-hmm.
probably have 70, about 7,000.
Seven
But in the
thousand.
ATM, each ATM holds about they could hold up to like 10K, but I only have about like 4 to 6K in each one.
4 to 6K. Wow. Wow. Okay, but you want to keep that money like basically recycling, so you can't really play around with that much. So I
So
get
that's
that.
the thing. Like a lot of times I'll do the math. I'm like, oh, technically I have this much money, and I'm like, well, I don't have it because I can't use it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's liquid. That's what you call it, liquid money. Um.
Hmm.
Here's what I would do, bro. You could probably just grab that 7K and just build up, like fully fund your emergency account of 3 months. That way that's taken care of. And then just focus on, for
Hmm.
example, how much are the houses in your area? Like, what's the average house? Like, if you follow, for example, the 33% rule on a 15-year mortgage, like how much house do you want to buy, or can you buy?
Um, I don't know how much I can buy. If I was to buy a house, I think it
Mm-hmm.
would be probably priced around nothing more than 165.
Yeah, look at that. So 165. So we're talking about, that's around 33K for the whole 20% down payment plus closing costs. You probably need somewhere around like 40 to 43 thousand dollars for that house. And
Hmm.
once you save that up, you can buy that house. You're good to go. You pay it off very quickly, very fast, and that's it, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, just take it
and
step by
then
step.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you, man, for all the advice, talking to me, your YouTube videos. I appreciate the content you make.
All right, thank you, brother. Again, appreciate the call. It'll be on YouTube. I think it'll be on YouTube soon, so watch out for that video on the new channel. And have fun, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, peace out. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of people don't know this, but one of the first videos that I made was on an ATM business, and it always like impresses me when somebody's actually doing it because again, it is a pretty complicated business. And although he says, you know what, I put them in like strip clubs and gentlemen, those places are very hard to get into because basically there's so much competition. The best places basically like barber shops and basically mom and pop shops because basically the competition is not that high there. So you kind of like build your business up in the creeks so when no one's looking. So yeah, D'Angelo is doing a great job. He's young, he's making money, lives at home with his parents, so basically not spending that much money, which is awesome, by the way. So yeah, and has no debt. So whoa, it's awesome. It's a great position to be in. But guys, overall, that is it for this call. If you want to join me next time, well, join me. Link down below. It's free. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. And as always, like if you liked it. Also subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. And if you guys want to text me at all times, join my Patreon, link down below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Tommy Bryson. And if you want to watch another call, here's that call right here. And click my face right here. See you guys next time. And as always, peace.